Hi everyone, welcome back to our 4th week of our virtual summer in the garden. I'm Miss Nicole and this is Miss Kelsey.
Hey guys, so this week our theme is wings over the keys. What kind of wings do you think that I'm talking about? Well, we're going to talk about birds this week. So we have many different kinds of birds that live down here in the Keys. We have an extremely unique environment for them. We have native birds who are from this area. We have invasive birds that I'm sure you'll recognize. We have birds that live in the ocean and saltwater. And then we have lots of birds that like to live here in the garden.
Why do you think the garden here is a good place for all of these birds? Well, that's because here we have plenty of native plants for the birds to come with lots of shade, and we have fresh water. We also have lots of insects and reptiles for our meat eaters and berries for our other birds. This is a beautiful natural habitat for these birds to come to at the garden. But today we're going to go on a little bird watching tour where we look at the birds at the garden and also some birds on the water. So you ready for our tour, Miss Kelsey? Let's go!
Here we have our north side pond, a freshwater habitat that we have down here in the botanical garden. Now, one bird that we find in this area quite often is called an Anhinga. Anhingas are similar to another bird that we'll discuss called cormorants. These guys like to stay in freshwater environments, unlike the cormorants who you will find in saltwater environments. These Anhingas are also called snake birds because they swim with their entire body submerged underwater and only their neck and their head sticking above the water, looking a little bit like a snake. A common bird that you'll find in a saltwater environment is a cormorant. Down here, the most common cormorant we see are the double-crested cormorants. These guys swim in order to catch their fish and are extremely efficient swimmers. They're a small bird, but they're 5 pounds, which is pretty heavy for a bird their size. That enables them to sink down and swim. They've been recorded to depths of 95 feet underwater by scuba divers. Behind me here, right near those trees, we have a yellow-crowned night heron. This guy is one of 2 species of night herons that we find down here, the other one being the black-crowned night heron. This heron is a wading bird, meaning that he'll stand extremely still in shallow water, and he'll hunt for fish by attacking them really quickly with that really long neck. We have 2 frigate birds that we can see soaring over the garden. These guys are a really cool seabird. They have to eat fish in order to survive. However, they spend most of their lives up in the air and are not able to get wet because they lack oils on their feathers that would otherwise whisk away that water. So what these guys do is they're called the pirates of the sky because they'll either skim fish off the surface of the water or they will harass other seabirds, like maybe an osprey that has a fish, and they'll make that bird drop their fish and swoop in and catch it right from under them. Here we have an ibis. So this bird is all white, so we can tell that this one is a mature adult. Sometimes you'll find ibis who have kind of a brown speckled pattern. Those guys are juveniles.
Here we have some of our invasive birds. We have chickens and Muscovy ducks. They are both invasive species. The chickens will eat some of our native plants that are food for other native creatures, and they will also eat native insects and lizards. The Muscovy ducks will also do the same thing. They will take the homes of our native animals, they will eat their food sources, and the Muscovy ducks carry diseases that the rest of our ducks and birds around here do not have. So they're a risk to our native birds.
my God.
Thanks for joining us for our bird watching tour. We hoped you learned something about where you can find these different native and invasive birds around the Florida Keys.
Make sure to follow along with this video with the worksheet that we attached and the activities at the end.
And don't forget to show us what kind of birds you saw around your home by using the hashtag KWVirtualGarden. All right, hope you have fun on your bird watching tour.